It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Panthers and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And when you watch Corral play, you have to be impressed with just how fearless he is in any situation. Excellent in the pocket, accurate, ball gets out of his hands quickly. He also can break out and create big plays as well, often with his legs. A tough runner, a tough leader. This guy has big-time potential.
And wasting no time, Corral going to the air. That caught by Trimble. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Throwing here, Corral. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. On 3rd down, Corral. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. To the air again. Here's Corral. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Corral looking to throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And his throw is incomplete. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. 3rd down, Corral. He's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey from 13 yards out. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early, so a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
On 1st and 10, Mills. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Rowe. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Mills on 3rd and 2. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mills eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. 3rd and short yardage. Mills got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They this football in the field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Play action now. Mills. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Dances by him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go.
Switching it up. Corral going to throw here. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Corral here working from the gun. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has. Percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Nifty move. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no backfield to run right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Second down, Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
50 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, Corral. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. For their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. 45 yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Rowe.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And some room to roam now. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I know it's all smiles on the offensive side of the ball right now, but you and I both know the entire mindset was just pick up the 1st down. What do you call that? One of those gravy plays?
Gravy, absolutely. They got more than they bargained for.
Love the way it turned out for them. Couldn't imagine going into the play that they thought this would be the end result.
And the defense got to be shaking their head, though.
Play fake, Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
On 3rd and 1, Corral.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Corral. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Rowe. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe.
Let's go.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw here for Corral.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this 1st half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. Jimmy Garoppolo with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Ryan Tannehill with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter. But you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones. We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. Hand off left side, Pierce. Oh, what a juke into space. On the move past the 40. And he's got this down to the 35. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there. They'll run on first down. It's Rowe, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. On second down, it's Rowe, and he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 27. Pierce will try to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This a 43-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set
at their 25-yard line.
Corral with it, 1st down here.
And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Corral on 2nd down. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Corral.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Corral to Moore there. Good for a Carolina 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing here, Corral.
His throw incomplete.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he's got Wheaton. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
On 1st down, it's Corral.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 36,
Corral.
he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Corral yet again going to throw it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Corral. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lob one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston's offense taking over again. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry. Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Rowe, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw again. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a handoff up the middle. Rowe. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Corral with it on 1st down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he rifles one incomplete.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
This is Hamler up.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Panthers have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set
right at the 50-yard line.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
Oh, what a move.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Houston. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Corral. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Corral. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick. And this one a 41-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now out comes Houston. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A first down throw here for Corral. Brought in by Wheaton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. Dances by at the 20. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Corral looking to pass, 2nd down. He lets one go deep for Wheaton. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because Playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task, and for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rowe. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback, because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A little juke. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Houston set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. On 1st down, it's Rowe. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set at their own 22. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for Carolina, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.